So this next painting, titled Casper the Friendly Smallpox Ghost, is about the ghost, purple ghost in the foreground, covered in red dots symbolizing smallpox. The symbol of the ghost itself, for me, was meant to represent how indigenous people go unseen in the United States. And the ghost has a cement feather on top of his head, kind of symbolizing this very heavy, weighted, romanticized idea of the indigenous person, and that kind of being a weight on his head, literally. The tobacco Indian itself in the foreground on top of the stump is actually a hybrid tobacco Indian, which has morphed into part bird, potentially eagle, has a basketball in the center of its chest, as well as it's holding a gun with a gold snake at its feet. 4 arrowheads, which are gold, are pointing at the tobacco Indian hybrid bird, kind of representing the 4 directions. In the background, there are rivers representing the lifeblood of the tribe. It can also be interpreted as the blood of the salmon from the dams created in our rivers. The Grand Coulee Dam lies on the border of my reservation, and when that was built, it cut off the salmon to the reservation. So another part of this painting, which I'd like to discuss, is the use of gold. We're sitting here in California in Sacramento, which is kind of like the heart of the gold rush, Wild West days. I use gold in painting sometimes to talk about, the first roads that were paved in Alaska through sacred salmon smokehouses, and just this wild quest for gold. There's a lot of references to environmental destruction. There's stumps, all the trees have been cut down, and there's a cabin in the background on the top, representing the colonized Columbus mentality of the land taking over. There's a smoke signal coming from the cabin full of gold, and the smoke signal is kind of symbolically turned into a snake ready to bite the indigenous in the back. Behind the backdrop of the forest, there's 2 gold planes about to collide, kind of referencing Midas touch, but also the idea of kind of society collapsing on itself. You can only have a colonized system for so long until it kind of implodes on itself and creates havoc. It's kind of a catch-22. That's pretty much this painting. Let's move on to the next.